So, hello, John. I'm so happy to meet you here in Mexico.
Thank you.
So, thank you for this interview. And before I begin, let me tell you that this will be seen in Paraguay. So, welcome to South America and welcome to Paraguay.
Thank you. Thank you.
When I found out that I was going to interview you, I really wanted to review your entire career.
Okay.
From Rudy, Swingers to
Wow.
the Chef Show. And it was a great challenge
Yes.
because being still young, you did so many things that I would love to make you a lot of questions.
Oh, great.
Still, we have little time.
Sure. I'll talk fast.
We are focused on The Lion King.
Yes.
Do you remember when you saw the first time, the first version of The Lion King?
Well, I was already. I was an adult already when it came out. So it's for an adult to see a new animated movie and to love it so much really says a lot about the film. Because when you're little, I think you accept whatever you see, especially when it's such a fun and exciting cartoon with so exciting. But The Lion King, I knew I was already. I think I was living in Chicago by then, and it was very impactful how emotional it was, and of course the music is so beautiful and still holds up today.
Did you see it later with your children, Max, Marinette, and Brighter?
Yes, now my children are right at the edge of being grown up. They're all teenagers, so they've been through this whole journey with me through being on film sets and seeing it, and through Jungle Book, working on that. So between Jungle Book and this, it's been about 6 years that they've been really involved with seeing how the Disney productions happen. And they're very slow, very technical processes, and it's amazing how at the very end, it magically all comes alive between the music and the sound and the picture. So I think it's been really fun. It's been fun also to be part of the Disney family and go to the parks and see behind the scenes because I grew up, I was, of course, a Disney fan.
The first version won the Oscar for
Yes.
Best Soundtrack.
Yes.
And Hans Zimmer came back
Yes.
to work with this version again. I know from your previous work the importance you give music in your films. So did you create new songs for this new movie, or are they new version of the 1994?
Well, the big thing we want to do is make sure if you went to see Lion King, we were delivering what you expected. So we made sure that if you listen to it and you see it, it feels like you're connected to the experience you had with the old one. But not everything held up to our story in the same way, and so some adjustments were made. But the themes and the songs are the same. And then we also tried to add more, both at the end of the credits and throughout. So we tried to build upon all of it, but because Hans Zimmer was involved, he oversaw everything and made sure that it fit within the recipe of the old one.
You have already worked with CGI in the Jungle Book.
Yes.
So you have experience, but what was the most difficult part of this new job?
The difficult part is how well everybody knows, especially young people, how well they know the old movie. Because this was part of the generation that grew up with Lion King, grew up with DVDs, and they would watch movies over and over again. So some people know every line of the original, they know every scene. And so we had to make a film for a new audience, but we also had to make one that took into account that people loved and knew the old one very well. So it's not unlike working on the Marvel movies where everybody knows everything about the superheroes. The fans really know everything, and so you have to put a lot of care into it. And every detail has to be thought through because there are people who are going to be looking at it and paying attention to every single thing. So it felt like a great responsibility for that reason. But as a filmmaker, it's exciting because when you have an audience that's that engaged, it creates an experience that you don't get in other ways.
You are an actor, a producer, a director, a screenwriter, and now a cooking show host.
Yes, that's right. That's right, the chef show.
With which of all these roles do you feel most at ease?
Well, the cooking show is something I like to do out of passion, to learn. Now, the older I get, the more I want to learn. It's sad that you have to start life in school. I wish I could go to school now because I'm so curious about everything. And cooking is so wonderful because you get to learn about not just people, but about different cultures. It makes you concentrate on one thing and be mindful. It's almost like meditation, you know? And it allows for people to get to know each other and have conversations in a way that I love doing in my life. And now with the show, I try to film some of it. But also when I was working on The Lion King, which was so much work and so much detail,
Do you cook, Darren?
it was fun. On the weekends, sometimes we would go off and cook in other people's kitchens, and that was very free. And I didn't have to have any plan. We would just cook. And here, every single detail in Lion King, you have to plan and stick with the plan. So it was a very good compliment.
Before saying goodbye, I have a gift for you.
You do?
Typical Paraguayan food is delicious.
Uh-huh. Oh, good.
Unfortunately, I did not find this version in English.
Okay.
It's from one of the best cook chefs in Paraguay.
Oh, that's
I
awesome.
hope you enjoy it.
I will.
I left you my email address just in case
Oh,
you have
thank
any
you.
questions.
You could translate for me
Yeah,
if I have
course.
trouble. Look at how beautiful this food
I will
is.
glad to help you.
Thank you. Oh, I'm going to learn a lot. I'm working with Pedro Pascal, who's from Chile. I'm working on the Star Wars project. So I'll show him this, and he'll translate with a Sharpie in the margins.
I will love if you have some Paraguayan recipes in your program.
I will. Oh, okay, great.
That was so good.
I accept the challenge.
Thank you. And please, can you invite people in Paraguay to see the
Sure.
which will be in movie theater since July 18.
July 18th.
18, Paraguay.
18th, not 19th. Okay. Hello, everybody in Paraguay. I invite you to come see on July 18th the opening of The Lion King. It's a new version, and I hope that if you love the old one, I hope you love the new one. And if you're a kid who doesn't know the old one, I don't know how that's possible, this new one should be fun for you too.
Simba. It is time.